Welcome to The Right Question. I'm Daphne Gray Grant. Today we're talking about how to get back to writing after some time off. Today I have a question from Marianne Revelinsky, who's based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here's what she asked.
Hi, Daphne. I'm wondering what tips you might have to get back into the writing habit. I had a planned vacation which followed shortly on the heels. I had a family emergency come up, and I frankly have been struggling to get back in the groove. I'd love any suggestions. Thanks.
Thanks for the question, Marianne. We're in the thick of holiday season here in North America and Europe right now, so your question is very timely. I'm guessing that as I record this video, many people are hiking, swimming, cycling, camping, and regrettably, some of them are feeling guilty about it. Let me remind you that guilt is only useful in very small doses. It might prompt you to call your mother on her birthday or to help a friend move apartments, but psychologists tell us that people typically feel 5 hours of guilt each week. 5 hours! That has all sorts of negative implications. It makes it difficult for us to think. It makes us reluctant to enjoy life. It makes us want to punish ourselves. It makes us want to avoid the people or task we're feeling guilty about. Rather than being remotely useful, guilt is actually harmful. It harms our ability to write. So don't feel guilty about taking time off. We all need time to relax. Here's something else to think about. Productivity researcher Chris Bailey did an experiment in 2014 where he worked 90-hour weeks. Working long hours pushes you to procrastinate more, work less efficiently, and causes you to get less done, usually without you realizing it. I've included a link to his blog post below. The bottom line is that taking holidays and breaks will actually make you more efficient in the long run. There's just one thing you need to be careful about: what you do when you resume writing. After having done this myself for more than 40 years, I can tell you that resuming writing will be a challenge. Don't go into it expecting it to be easy. First, understand that you'll have lost your conditioning, and this is normal. If you were a runner who had just finished a marathon and you took off 6 weeks as a break, you would not expect to run another marathon directly after your break. You'd implement a training program where you started with a 3-mile run and then perhaps ramped up to a 10-mile run. After 6 months of this, you might be in shape to run another marathon, but you certainly wouldn't beat yourself up for not being able to do it faster. Writers lose conditioning just like runners. This doesn't mean there's anything wrong with holidays and breaks. It just means you should plan for them. Create a modest and realistic plan for getting back into the swing of things. View your first day back as mostly a write-off, much like the first day of school or the first day of a new job. It's all about getting settled. Then take a small and non-threatening step to reintroduce yourself to your writing project. What this first step looks like depends on you, but here are some ideas. Read something you wrote before your break. Read a piece of research relating to your writing. Write 1 sentence. Edit 1 paragraph. Even small steps like opening the document count. Then make a plan for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Make your early goals very modest. No more than 30 minutes a day for writing, and even 5 minutes a day is fine. Ramp up those goals only after you've hit a comfortable plateau. Don't start by trying to write for an hour. Instead, begin with 15 minutes or 30 minutes and gradually work yourself up. Keep yourself accountable. Develop a way to hold yourself to achieving your goals. Family and friends are often willing to help with this. Or, alternatively, you can keep a spreadsheet. Note your expected tasks on a list and then place a check mark beside them when you've accomplished them. Also be sure to block the time for writing in your calendar and then record whether you've actually achieved it. Give yourself some rewards. After all, it's hard work to regain your conditioning. If your first writing sessions feel horrible and uncomfortable, be sure to have a reward for yourself to celebrate having the stick-to-itiveness to persist. You won't need to continue to reward yourself indefinitely, but I think it's a good idea to go a little bit over the top when you first return from holiday or a break. Always stop on time. Much as I believe in priorities, I also believe in stopping. Work with a timer following the Pomodoro Rules and ensure you stop when the bell rings. If you're unfamiliar with the Pomodoro, I'm including a link below. Most of all, tell your inner critic to butt out and that you'll listen to him or her later. Many of us derail ourselves when we listen to the bossy, nasty internal voice that likes to comment when we're writing while we're doing it. Actually, our inner critic is pretty smart and may have some useful advice for us when we're editing. But this voice is counterproductive when we're writing. It may take you several weeks to recover from this time off, Marianne, but don't let that stop you from taking the time off. We all need breaks to recover from the challenges of daily life. And if you get a good break, you may be surprised to discover how much more productive you've become. Finally, let me wrap up with a quote from the late American journalist Earl Wilson. "A vacation is what you take when you can no longer take what you've been taking." Thanks for the timely question, Marianne.